Good morning, sunshines. Say good morning, sunshines. Hello. We're still in our jammies. Yes, we is. We're still in our jammies. As you guys jump on, say good morning, sunshine, or hashtag GMS. If this is a rewatch, aka you're not watching it live, just write rewatch. Then we know that you guys came back to it later on. I think a lot of you guys are doing that right now because some are so crazy busy, which is beautifully perfect. As you jump on, say your good morning, sunshine, then say hashtag GMS or no, those are the same things. What are you grateful for today? We start every day off with gratitude, right? We start every day off with, right here, opening our hearts and changing our emotional state if that's needed so that we feel more happiness, even if you're a little bit stressed this morning. Today, I'm grateful, you guys, for Whit and John hugs. Like this little boy just learned how to hug and he'll sit here. He's not going to do it now because he's eating raisins, but he just wraps his arms around me and it is the most delightful thing. If you're not a hugger, you're not a hugger, but man, is it just so great for your system. We've learned about that in some other Good Morning Sunshines, right? Then share with me something you're doing for your miracle morning routine. What are you doing each day to keep yourself live and bright? Remembering that the morning is the most important time to connect to yourself and your subconscious if you're wanting to make progress in your life. There is a specific routine that can benefit you. If you guys haven't read The Miracle Morning, I would read that. Okay, let's talk about losing yourself. Yourself. Self, all caps. We have had multiple conversations around this. Well, I've been talking to the universe about this for a while, but I've been having multiple conversations about this with different clients in all sorts of spaces. So we were with our I Am Journey women on Wednesday night. You guys know that's a group of women that come together to support each other, to step into their greatness, find tools to help support them, right? And we were having some live coaching and we were just like, we were getting lost in this conversation of losing ourselves, right? And I'm going to give you the first example of motherhood, losing ourselves in motherhood, which it even for some of us that you even feel guilty just hearing that. Like, how can I lose myself in motherhood? Like, how can I feel guilty about needing to spend all this time and be there and be with and be for my children? And why should I come before them? Why should I put on my mask before them, right? And it makes you feel uncomfortable just hearing it. We're going to go over. He wants to touch the sign. Go ahead, touch it. You can touch the sign. Nice. And with that, I got you guys really close. Hey. With that, there are so many of us, me included, me especially, as I was giving this talk and we were coaching here on this call, I was like, wow, you guys, I could be the only one Zooming with myself having this conversation because I need to hear this tonight. Okay, so moms, first of all, right? Well, we'll talk about other things as well, but moms, you are a very important piece to your babies, right? You taking care of making your babies feel safe, feeding them, clothing them, loving them, hugging them, helping them develop, right? Being there for them, giving them quality of time. All of those things are incredibly important. And I'm guessing the majority of us feel ridiculously blessed that we have that role, that we get to do that. It's so incredible, right? But one of the things almost all of us tend to do is we put everyone else first, especially our children, before taking ourselves. And anytime we take time for ourselves, it comes with a sense of guilt. This is me especially. Even though like I try to do some different things and take time for myself, it always comes with a sense of guilt. And it sucks because it makes the experience almost lost, because I'm feeling like I should be doing something for my kids instead of doing something for myself, right? So that was one of the first points of conversation. We're gonna wrap around to the lesson, the learning, the takeaway from this. But then there were other people who were talking about like losing themselves in relationships, losing themselves in coupledom, losing themselves in their spouse. Like they feel like they need to be the one taking care of all of these different things. And for our ladies, a lot of us, right, like what's happened, and this is just over time, here, eat these ones first, women stayed at home with the kids. So they're the primary caretakers. I'm not saying your family's like this, but this happens a lot, right? They're the primary caretakers of the kids. But then women start working. They're either stay at home working, they're running their little small businesses, they're going to a full-time job, they're masters of corporations, but they're still at home trying to take care of the house, their husband, their children, all of the different things. And it's freaking exhausting, right? And the final one of losing ourselves is in the supposed tos. I'm supposed to show up a certain way. And you know what? We're the ones who write these supposed tos based off of what we think other people think about us. And it sucks, but it's truth. It's a reality. We think we're supposed to keep our house a certain way. We're supposed to parent a certain way. We're supposed to work a certain way. We're supposed to have a certain bedtime routine. We're supposed to. Most of it's based off of how we were raised, how our parents like influence us, how our primary people in our world and our tribe influence us. And there are some people who are so like, you know, stern on their way of how they do things. They don't, it's not like they're intentionally trying to make you feel like shit, trying to tell you this is how I do it and this is how you should do it. Good morning, sunshine, Eric. But they still do it, right? Mostly out of their own securities, but they're pushing their beliefs into you. And that's challenging. So what does all this mean, right? Like what do we even do about this? First of all, I want to know if any of you guys can agree that you've lost yourself at times or completely, right? What is your purpose? What is your divine purpose here on earth? And you guys, raising your babies is a beautiful thing, but it's not your divine purpose. Some people are gonna be pissed that I just say that. Raising your babies is a beautiful thing and it's an incredible part of our journey, but it's not our divine purpose. Now, influencing multiple small humans or creating programs for them might be, but our purpose is bigger than just our littles. Hopefully, of course, we want to be doing our best to create stable, amazing humans, great, but your purpose is bigger than that. Have you lost that? Have you ever tried to find it? Have you lost your search for it? Right? This is what I mean by losing ourselves. Talk about your passions. Talk about your play. Talk about your, what are you doing? You're cracking me up. Talk about your, like the things that just get you giddy up, excited. How often are you doing those things? Or are you not doing them because you got to be a number one, you got to be a perfect mom first, you got to be a perfect friend first, you got to be a perfect wife first, you got to be a perfect husband first, right? This is for all of us. You got to be a perfect person first. You're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that, you're supposed to do that. And then all of a sudden, you guys, you are completely left empty, right? You have no energy left within yourself to give away. Right? And I love this. Helen, thank you for giving me a share in here. Absolutely no idea who I am anymore. I haven't been asking what my purpose is for many months. And okay, Helen, that's only many months. That's beautiful. Because for most humans, it's many years or many decades. And probably for all of us, it is still like, right? Like, exactly what am I doing here? And we might never find it. And it's always, it's evolutionary. It's changing. It's growing. But you're seeking. So one beautiful thing about what you just said is you're actually asking yourself. Because most people are so caught up in the monotony and the humdrum and the this, that, and the other of their life. Like, these are my little things. These are what I do every single day. That they don't even pause to think like, whoa, 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 whoa. Who's that girl in the mirror? Who's that person in the mirror? Who's looking back at me? What is that person's purpose? And sometimes, you guys, our purpose can be as beautiful as being in joy, as being in bright energy, as showing up with joy and bright energy to other situations. That can be a life purpose. Life purpose doesn't mean that you need to build an empire or create a company or charity or renovate an entire, that's not what purpose needs to be. Purpose just means that you're giving the light that you believe God was meant to, he gave you to give, right? And discovering our purpose does take a lot of time, but I think that the key thing here is taking it back to the beginning. Exactly. Once we get into motherhood. Okay, let me just talk about that for a second. What for us moms, many of us, I'd say a majority of us, when we step into motherhood, we start to lose ourselves. Not because our babies are life suckers, not because they told us to do it, but because we took a sense of responsibility of being number one for them, and we continuously put ourselves on the back burner in little bitty ways, right? So think about pre-babies, the things that you used to do. Like for me, so I think like, well, we would go, I'd go dancing, I travel quite a bit, I love to draw. I was, it's hard, right? Because me and you both, Helen, right? Like it was like right out of college. So like there was education, there were different things that I did there. And then you're with your little humans and you do a little less and a little less and a little less for yourself and a little more and a little more and a little more for these awesome little creatures. And you do it out of pure love. But where are you going? Where's yourself going? Where's your person going? And before you can figure out your life's purpose, you got to figure out how to just take time for you to be with you and rediscover who you are. This is largely what I Am Journey is about. Like the entire second phase, we take like trying to discover who we are again and what that means, and reinvigorating and lighting ourselves up, right? So this isn't like a 20-minute conversation. This is a year, multiple year journey that we go on. But when you look at your you, and the rediscovering of that, it can just start with the little things. And here's going to be today's takeaway, okay? Start with, you have more cheese and peas. Start with the little things. Start with a guilt-free afternoon. Start with and this is important, you guys, because you can do the little things. Like you're like, oh yeah, but I get my eyelashes done. This is one of my things, right? I've gotten my eyelashes done for a while. I love them. Like, I just think that they're so much fun, but it takes an hour and it takes a 15-minute drive there and back. And you bet, there's one of these hugs, you guys. You bet I noticed when I'm like, oh my gosh, I just took an hour and a half for myself. How rude am I? Shouldn't I have been doing the other things? I could have been cleaning. I could have been working. I could have been, helping with the kids. I could have been doing whatever. Like I could have been doing so many other things, but here I am doing this. So I'll go do it, but I usually do it with guilt. And after our conversation on Wednesday night, I'm just trying to, I'm doing my best to intentionally step into situations without the guilt. And it made a world of difference in just the last 24 hours for me, right? Going in and not being like, oh yeah, like I'm not going to tell people that I'm going here, or like, no, this is what I'm doing. This is for mama. I'm important to take care of, and go start to do some things for yourself without guilt. Whether that is going for a walk, getting some fresh air, taking a cooking class, taking a pottery class, going on a trip, getting a massage, whatever that could look like, right? Taking some time for yourself to recharge, refuel, because in order for you to discover your life's purpose, you got to get quiet. You got, and babies and children and our husbands and our households are loud. Even your empty household is loud. Have you even noticed this? Like you can sit in your empty household and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna like focus and be with myself and meditate today and try to like really connect and discover who I am. But then you look around and you're like, well, shit. I need to clean those counters. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I got to put that load of laundry in. Oh, that's right. You know what? I've been wanting to organize my books right there. Like all this stuff comes up. Your house is even loud. Everything around you is loud. How do you find time to take those moments for yourself to get quiet, to discover? We're not going to discover until we take time to get quiet. And that's hard for a lot of us. This is a lot of subjects wrapped into one. So I'm gonna wrap it up with this piece, and it's a big one. As we're having this conversation in our call on Wednesday night, right? We're talking about losing ourselves and the challenge internally that we have taking time for ourselves to grow and learn and be. And it ended up in this conversation of, you guys, us as role models for our little people. We think we're doing the best thing by giving them our heart, soul, energy, and everything. We're like, look at me, mom. I'm crushing the momhood, right? And you probably are. And so am I. And high five. But the babies, you want to say bye-bye? But the babies who are watching us are learning. And they learn that the way of motherhood is frantic, chaotic, organization, life-sucking, you don't matter, you're the one taking care of everybody and everything, and that's how it's supposed to be. They're not learning to take themselves as a priority. Imagine raising humans who grow up to be adults who, again, don't think that they're important enough for self-love, who don't think they're important enough to read the book, to go to the seminar, to take the class, to join the program, to get the therapy, to have the alone time, to meditate, to learn about their passion, to find their ultimate career and life purpose. They're like, nope, you know what, I'm not valuable enough. Your kid, what they learn is like, they're not valuable enough. So they're going to end up following in your same path. So where you're faltering, they will falter unless you change. Unless you change the cycle, unless you break the pattern. And I guess just recently with this, and I've been going through this like hell, like you, like, I mean, for a long time now, but I just consistently am presented this message of I need to take care of me, my fuel, my joy, and that I need to do it without guilt. So I've decided to start breaking that pattern in different ways without guilt, to let my family know and communicate with them. This is for me to fuel me because it makes me a better you for everyone and for the entire world. Me giving my everything to you and everyone else, sucking you dry, not that I don't love you, but not allowing for any self-love, that's not benefiting anyone in the long run. And I want you to live your life the same way. I don't want you to live your life giving all of things to everyone else and never catering to yourself, because that's no way to live. So when you parent yourself like you parent your children and do for yourself what you would want to do for your children, you'll start to show up differently for yourself and your self-love. Final piece, and I keep saying that, is you think about these children who are so fucked up. They're so messed up in their little heads. The depression, the anxiety, the scarcity, the fear, the worry, the lack of desire to live, the suicide rate. You want some raisins? Our high school kids, our junior high population, give me a couple first, who are just, I mean, the poor little things are a mess. And you guys, part of that's developing from watching how you take care of yourself and how you show up for self-love. And if you're going through different seasons right now of depression, anxiety, fear, or worry, what are you doing to take care of yourself and step into your greatness so you can be the leader and provide more light and love for the people around you? Today's a big conversation. So what I want you to do when you walk away from this, we always commit to something as we leave, okay? So I would love for you to, number one, commit to just reviewing your self-love. Are you giving yourself, are you taking time for true self-love? Number two is that self-love without guilt. And if in most of us, that's all we need. Just start there. Start some self-love without guilt. Now, a few of you do self-love without guilt, which is beautiful, right? So for you guys, it's about taking that time, that self-love guilt-free, to really find quiet so you can discover your ultimate gift to life, the gift to this world, and step into that. And those of you who are doing that, please share, because we need to hear your story. Do you want to say bye to my friends first? Bye. You want to say bye? Do you want to see them if they do hearts? Want to ask them to do hearts? She do hearts. You guys, that's all we have for today. Good morning, sunshines. I love your gorgeous faces. Say good morning, sunshine. Say sunshine. Sunshine. Yay! All right, you guys. Love you. Look into the heart. Say thank you. Bye-bye, guys. Light and love. Thank you from our house to yours. Bye. Bye.